Hi guys. So I just wanted to keep you guys or continue to keep you guys updated like how my grief journey is going after losing my late husband back in 2024. And basically I'm going on year 2. It's been a year and a half now, and I can say that this year is much tougher than what I expected because I honestly thought I would at least be like in a little better headspace than what I was in year 1, but I just feel like my progress has hasn't been that great like I wanted it to. And what I mean by that is just like I am dealing with this grief like a lot mentally, and it's very tough. I never expected that. One, I never expected this to happen to me and my family. And two, again, I thought I would be in a better headspace than when I was like when this first occurred. And so just going back to like going this year, like I just feel like I the grief is hitting me harder, and like there are stages to grief, and so like I know the last stage is acceptance, and I accepted the fact that he is not in pain or he's not suffering anymore, so I'm like at peace with that. But in regards to the other stage, which is like guilt, I just feel like that still is lingering in me because I still feel like I just feel like I failed as a wife sometimes because it's like even though I know a lot of things were out of my control, it just still feels like going through your first marriage, you would think that you want to spend the rest of your life with this person and you would think everything will go well, but it just sadly it didn't go that way for me because of my late husband going through his chronic illness, and just watching your loved ones suffer, especially from them being like very high and energetic when you first meet them, to them just not even being able to take care of themselves to where you have to do everything for them. That's tough. Like that really messes with your mental a lot, a whole lot. And honestly, it's just that really scarred me a lot. Like the flashbacks that I get, the dreams that I get to remind me of what I went through. It's very tough. I'm trying to get it out of my head right now, and I wouldn't wish this on anyone because it takes a lot of strength to deal with somebody who needs your assistance 24/7. And luckily, I did have help from some other family members that were close to him, and I'm thankful for that. But as being his wife and living with him 24/7 and being his caregiver, that that was really tough. Really, really tough. I just wish it could be normal again, but I know it's they don't know because like again, this really messed me up mentally because through that process is like me being a new mom, a wife, and a caregiver, being in the military and working. That was really, really a lot on me, mentally and physically and emotionally. So it was like it makes you just think like why did this happen to me? Like what did I do to deserve this? Because I know we go through a lot of tests in our lives, and I know we go through a lot of like trial and tribulations, but it's just like I feel like I've been getting hit hard through life, and I'm really trying to trust the journey. I'm really trying to trust like it's a reason why I'm going through this. I'm just trying to put in my mind that God is putting me through this because eventually my story is going to help somebody who is going through this the similar situation, and for somebody who feels like they would want to give up, that they can look at my story and how I'm getting through. And so that's what I'm trying to put in my head, but it's still hard. Like I ain't gonna lie, it's still hard. And I try my best like to make sure my daughter doesn't see me affected by what I'm battling myself, but I can tell her energy feels my energy because it carries out through her. Like when she sometimes get like moody, clingy, like I can tell like it's because of me mostly. And I know she's going through her own thing with dealing with the grief, and it's hard for her to understand still what's going on. I mean, I know she knows her father is not here, but she knows who he is, and so eventually when she get older, I will have that conversation where she's old enough to be able to understand like what happened to me. Like, I'm just really trying my best every day while battling this mental battle because again, like on the outside, people might see me like smiling, but on the inside, like I'm hurting. I'm hurting. And a lot of times, like mine just zones out. Like I zone out a lot because my mind is just all over the place. I know a lot of people say like I'm strong and I'm like motivation for them because they see my story and they see me keep pushing through. And I want to believe that myself, that I am strong. It's just, again, like, I just want to get myself back right, if that makes sense. So I know I'm doing a podcast with my sis, and I'm glad that we finally started it, and I'm glad that it is doing well so far. And I'm just thankful that I was able to start something like this because I always wanted to do something like this, and to do it with somebody who I've known for most of my life and consider like my sister. It's an amazing feeling, and also it just helps too to keep my mind off of what I'm going through. So it's like therapeutic. And so even with me doing that, it does help. But then sometimes, like, when I do get triggered or in my mood, it just, like, I feel like that sets me back again. And I know it's something right now that's still hard to control, and I'm working on it. But I'm just thankful I do have somebody who does understand what I'm going through, because regardless of what I'm going through, I'm still trying to push through to try to do what I need to do to help me, just trying to keep my mind off of what I'm going through. Because most times, honestly, like, when I get in my moods, most times I'm just laying in bed in a dark room, just in bed, because I don't feel like doing anything, or I'm not motivated. And I know I need to get out of that because I don't want to be just stuck in bed and wither away when I do have a lot of life in me to go. So I'm working on it. I know again it takes time, but I'm working on it. And I just want to get to a point where even when I do have my moments, that it's just easier to bounce back and snap out of it instead of like drowning in my mind and what's going on in my mind with my thoughts. So I'm just working on me. And it's like some days I feel like I'm okay, but then boom, grief will hit you out of nowhere, and it just makes you think like, man, like, you wish you could just turn that switch off, but unfortunately, it's hard. And I know that every grief hits differently, but I guess when you're intimate with somebody, and especially if you have that connection and that soul connection with somebody, it hits you harder, in my opinion, when you lose somebody who's like your soulmate, because it just feels like you lost your other half. And once that side other half died, it feels like it took a part of you with that. I am getting the help that I need, but it just still feels like, even though with me getting the help, it feels like I'm still going through a loop. And I know I have to eventually get out of this loop, but I know it still takes time. And I know this is still fresh, but I just wish I can get my life back like it used to be. And all I can do is continue to keep working on myself and healing, and also being a great mom to my daughter, because she deserves the best version of me, and I don't want her to see her mom fail, because she already lost one parent, and she doesn't need to lose another parent. I'm just trying my best. And I'm going to keep fighting, because I know my husband will want to see me happy and continue to keep living life, because that's what he always told me, and I know I keep repeating that, but that's something that I continue to keep in mind, because I made that promise to him that I will never give up, especially for our daughter. Just ask for continued prayer for me and my daughter as we continue to keep going through this journey. And I'll just keep doing my updates so you guys can continue to keep following. And I know sometimes, like, it might sound down or negative, but I'm just speaking raw facts of what I'm going through, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything that I'm going through, because again, I want anyone who is going through what I'm going through to relate. So hopefully, like, once they see me prosper from this battle, that it will help them as well. And yeah, I just like to thank you guys for watching, and continue to keep following my journey. And if you guys haven't already, I do have an ebook, and I do have a healing journal that is available on Amazon, and I'll post a link. It will be above this video. And so I do appreciate those who already have purchased both and are continuing to keep supporting me. And so yeah, I thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys take care. Bye.